is ripping.
My tummy hurts.
Pretty good, right now.
Good evening, guys. This is Brett with Off the Chart Trading. It is Friday evening, January 7th. First week of 2022 is in the books. You know, it's been pretty choppy, but we've been getting, for day traders, we've been getting some really nice rips up and rips down. But if you're not used to day trading this stuff, you can get your head ripped off pretty quick. You know, and you can blow accounts up pretty quick trading these things if you're taking any size. Small caps this week, we had several small caps that did really good. Every day there was 3 or 4 of them that were just ripping, so small cappers were good. A couple of penny stocks doing really good, but the big stuff, you know, obviously the SPY is a little stronger than the Qs and the IWM here. So, you know, if you're looking, we're sitting on the SPY. You know, we finished down 204. We ended up going down about another 40 cents from here on the low and closed up here, but overall down $2 on the day, on the close 204. So looking at this chart on the SPY, we are under the 8, the 21, and the 50 is the way I look at it here, and IWM has been below the 50 for quite some time, for the whole week, been below the 50 for a long time, actually below the 50-day moving average since back down here in around November 24th here, around, you know, Thanksgiving time. This has been below. We gapped down below. We've never recovered the 50-day moving average on the IWM. So, you know, we get a nice rally here. We get a real nice rally here. You get some divergence. I got, you know, on my low, the way I trade these with divergence, you have a low here, you have another low here, you have higher momentum. So your momentum took over, finally caught up with another, you know, little rally. But momentum is still pretty low. You're only at plus 10 on the momentum, and then you fall off a cliff, you're all the way back to 0 today. So we do get a nice bounce on IWM. Had a couple nice breakouts we traded, and a nice breakout on Monday. We caught, but on the Qs, when you look at the Qs, now we got a problem here. We are way under the 50. So look how low the Qs are compared to the SPY, and the IWM is lower, but has been a lot weaker. But as far as the Qs closed way below their 50-day moving average. I mean, 50 days up here at 395. We're closing down here at 379. 395 to 379. I mean, it's a pretty big move. But we do have, if you like the way we trade, or the way I trade and the way I look at things longer term, we have a high, we have a little fake breakout here because we have a high here in momentum. Momentum's coming out, shifting out. We have this pop here, and it's immediately sold off. We had a little gap up and immediately sold off. You know, it ripped up here and closed under my line here. We come back, tested several times, tested here, tested, had another fake breakout here. Again, we have a look at your high here, look at your high here. We get this little pop here. Momentum was way lower. We do get up here to about the 15 level, and then it just dumps again down to 0 line. So we tested a couple times this area, closed above it, below it, above it, below it, and then we're off to the races to the downside. So, you know, we blew through the 8, 21, and the 50 in 2 days here, which to me is not good. I don't think it's a great thing. We did test. If you're looking at this trend line, you look at a trend line here. We did come down, test, bounce. You know, the only difference is now we've tested it 3 times. Here we tested it a couple times, and we did have a rally. We did come back and test it twice here, and then rally again. So, but now it looks like a little more selling pressure. We test 1, 2, 3. So we'll have to see what happens. We are consolidating on a longer time frame. We are consolidating all the way back here from November, 1st of November. Even though it looks like a big range, it is a big range, but it is a consolidation pattern here that's forming, that where these lines are drawn, that we either need to break down or break back up and get over value, get over point of control. There's a lot of trap longs here. So tech's been pretty weak. The SMHs are down here. SMHs are down. Semiconductors has the same pattern as the Qs here. Big long consolidation pattern. We have a lot of overhead supply here that we need to get back through. If we can't get back through this, back over like 310, 312 area, we're going to have trouble here, I believe. And if you look at here, look at the divergence. This divergence here is taking over. Again, the same chart. We have a high, and a high. Look at the momentum pulling out. So we have a negative divergence on the SMHs. Today we flagged energy. Energy was pretty good. Energy had a nice breakout. We're looking at this pattern here from back, the beginning of the week. Energy had a really nice day. I think that was Monday. The first day of the new year. Energy broke out of that downtrend. We were looking at that. We came through the 8, the 21, and the 50 all in one day, which was really strong. When I tell you guys all the time in the chat room, we're coming through 3 moving averages. That's pretty strong. And look at the continuation. So nice plays on those. It's not a huge mover, but it did move, about 86, 90 cents today. Range was 60.32 to 61.50. Decent range on XLE. So, the calls are moving 50, 60, 70% sometimes on these, especially on a Friday. And then next was if you're looking at energy, let me back up. If you're looking at energy, look at Chevron. We hit all-time highs in Chevron today. Hess had a great day, up on the highs. Schlumberger, Phillips 66, ExxonMobil, everything green. Halliburton was the weaker out of the few. We hit a lot of new highs. Gush had a good week, had a really good week. We did pull back pretty hard on Gush on Wednesday with the inventory reports, with the oil inventories. But we did recover. We didn't hit a new high today, but we did recover. It's had a good week. So, especially opening down here at 38 or 88 and closing up here at 104. So we had a decent week on that. And then the financials, going to the financials, XLF, again, not huge mover, but a nice little flag pattern set up in a breakout. Again, broke out of this trend line. We're talking about this trend line Monday. Broke out of it, closed over to 8, the 21, and the 50 here. And, we're off to the races. Have a nice gap, a nice little rip. I think Goldman hit new highs this week too, all-time highs. Goldman, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America hit all-time highs today. Here's the chart on Bank of America. Pretty much the same chart. Divergence here, nice positive divergence from the lows back here. We had 2 lows here and another low, but we had higher momentum. Come through the 0 line, hover around the 0, and as soon as we break out of this box area, we get a nice flag Monday. We're off to the races. So, again, nice consolidation. I love this range contraction, range expansion move over the volume profile. Definitely over profile with a really nice breakout. So, when we get a bounce off the 0, we test the 0 line here, and here, we're off. So, really nice move. Again, not a huge mover. 48.06 to 49.31. About $1.25 range here. These calls are going, where are we at? 50, 40, 48. These calls, 48's at the money, 30 to $1.30. You're trading 10 or 20 lots. Those are pretty good. Decent days. If you're trading bigger size, trading 30 or 40 lots, you're making good money on these trades, even if you're just getting half of this move. You get 40, 50 cents out of it or something. Anyway, the indices, the big one today, Lucid, these Lotto Fridays. I love trading Fridays. Personally, Friday is my favorite day trading. Call them Lotto Fridays because there's no premium involved in the weekly expirations. So Lucid was the big one here. We saw Lucid, yesterday, had a lot of really big dark pool prints come in yesterday on Lucid. I was flagging those dark pools. We had about $6 million worth of them come through yesterday. And it was at the low. I mean, it hit a low yesterday down here, down in 34 area, and somebody bought them up. I saw some prints come through, and they had follow through today. They had nice follow through. If you're looking at the way we trade on the Heikkanashi charts, you're getting a test of your 10-minute here. You close below it, your next candle print's green. So your 246 cross happens here. You get a really nice run from 39 all the way to 43. So on these lotto days, if you're trading these lottos that we're watching, These things are running from 30, 40 cents on up to 4.25. These ones here are 580%. These ones were 983%. They had a low of 4 cents today, and they hit 3.25. So that's why I love trading on Fridays. Love trading these Friday calls. If you can catch these moves, or just half of this move here, even a third of this move, you're doing really well. Anytime you get this move with the way we trade this, with the volume profile, you're getting range contraction here, and then leads to range expansion, right? I say it all the time. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. When you get a nice consolidation pattern like this, and you get a breakout, and your 246 is extended from your 17 like this, the way we trade it, especially on the Heikkanashi, you get a really nice move. That's a really strong move. And then the other thing is, you're looking here with your inside bar break. You got an inside bar, you got a break along with the 246 over to 17. So all the stars are aligning here. You get a momentum break, you get an inside bar break, and you get no wicks, no wicks, no wicks all the way up here. Your first wick comes in here. You're out of this trade. Based on the way we trade, you're out of this trade right here. You could scale out along the way on the big spikes. I always tell people I like selling on the big candles because there's always a pullback. You can't just keep going. So you get a big candle, you get 3 really nice candles, then you get even a bigger push and even a last bigger push. So these candles, when they push really hard, is the ones I like to get out of. And you can see it on the lucid chart, the way it looks on the chart. Here's a real big push. You get another one here, but me personally, if I was in this trade still, first red print with no wicks, I'm out. So that's the style we trade. I like to trade that every day of the week, But Fridays are my favorite with the unusual option activity and no premium paid on those calls, especially after like 9:30, after like 10 o'clock when the premium's starting to decay already. 10:30, it's great. Another one today, a big one, was Viacom. Viacom had a really nice day. We saw some large prints yesterday. You can see all these prints. These prints came through right here. It was 1.4 million the other day. I think it was yesterday morning. And then today, you see all the volume came in today. This thing just raged. There was some nice prints at the end of the day yesterday. And then this morning, they took this thing on and just ran it. $33 all the way up to $35.72. Doesn't sound like a big day, but if you look at these lottos again, $33, $34, 9 cents to $1.65. These things overnight were 4,400%. So off to the races. This thing was crazy, right? In the money's at 33.50s, 21 to 22.23. So $2 move there on the options. You're never going to catch the top and the bottom, but if you catch the meat of the move, you might have been done here the first 5-10 minutes of the day. Again, over on these rules I can give you, the way we trade, over to 10, over to 246, over to 17. Never closed on the 10 minute under the 17 moving average all the way back to here. So I can give you some rules if you want to come join us and follow us. Another one, Disca. Disca was the one I flagged this morning. That was my number one pick this morning out of the gate. I ended up trading Facebook long, and I think I traded Sava today. This one here, off to the races again. This one had some target upgrade, price upgrade in the morning. Had some nice dark pool prints that you don't see on here through our Bloomberg terminal. Had some really nice dark pool prints in the morning here. I had $1.6 million worth, not shares, but dollars worth of dark pool prints this morning on this thing. And then it was off to the races. Opened here at 27.25, ran all the way to 31. Again, these were the Jan 21s. These aren't today's expiration, but these things ran really nice. 250 to 620. These went 121 to 411. Overall nice day. Out of the money's the 30s, 34 cents on up to 255. These are up 700% for the day. So, there was tons of stuff moving. If you're looking at like Roku, for the downside. Anybody who asked me about Roku, I said I've had this drawn that said stay short on Roku. Here's your profile. We're under the 200. It's never recovered the 200. On the daily, looking at this, we had a real nice consolidation and then a breakdown. We never recovered all week. This was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. So Monday was an okay day, and Tuesday we started breaking down. Yet Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where we just dumped. We've been under the 50-day moving average on Roku since November 1st. You know, we never recovered. So this and the momentum took over here. Once this consolidation box failed, you got your momentum shifting out. You did have some momentum coming out here. We had another pop here, another little fake out here, and then it closed on the low. So you're looking at this 10, 14-day consolidation, then a breakdown. You always look at this consolidation pattern, and then you want to take a long or a short, whether it breaks out to the up or down, you know. So you're looking here on the daily. You can see here another box on the daily, 1, 2, 3, 3 days in a row down. So, and you see how wide our moving averages get. Once they get really wide, it's really hard to recover from that. So, and momentum takes over. You're through the zero line on Wednesday on momentum. So this showed us some weakness at first. Even though it did recover, it had a lower high with a higher high on the chart. So we had a higher high and a higher high and a higher high. You know, we had a high, 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 and then we were breaking down. Momentum was shifting out of this thing. So if you look at these divergences, you can see the momentum shifting out. Again, here's the top of your momentum. You have a higher high and a higher high, and you have lower momentum. So you have negative divergence on the daily. That's really strong. Same with SHOP. SHOP's been getting crushed, right? Under the 50 for, I think we said that a little while ago, for days and days and days. You know, 2 weeks, a month. This thing's been under the 50-day moving average. 821, 200, even under the 200. We broke under the 200 last month. We broke under it again Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Huge days. 1400 all the way down to 11 and a quarter today, 1120. Big move down on Shopify. So some of these stocks have been getting crushed, you know. Tesla looking a little weak to me. We need to stay over this profile. It's real important, make it a break it area for me on Tesla. Right here on top, VPOC, volume point of control, needs to hold up for Tesla. CMG had same thing. Now we're under the 200. All these stocks are weak. You know, momentum just dove out of this thing. We had this nice consolidation. If you look at this consolidation, here's how I look at it. You had a nice consolidation here, but look at your high and your momentum is right here. We had another push, consolidation, and the momentum was already coming out of this thing. And look at the dump. So you go from 1740s all the way to 1598. Nice momentum shift here. Really nice shift. And then you got a huge 246.17 cross here. So you can stay short right here. 1722 all the way down to, you know, again, 1598. So here's your short there. Here's your long here. If I give you these rules to follow, here's your long, here's your short. So play it long. You can go long 3-4 days, and you got a short. You don't touch it here. This consolidation right here is this consolidation right here. That's all it is. It's a high Kanashi divided by 2 days. So these are divided by two daily candles. That's why it looks like it's consolidating more here. That's all that is. So if you want to learn that stuff, feel free to come join us at offtecharttrading.com. Reach out to myself or Ed or Nick. If you want to get in touch with us about coming and trading with us, or you got any questions, or follow us on Facebook at Off the Chart Trading on Facebook. Off the Chart Trading, all capital. So hope you guys all had a great week trading. If you need any help, again, just reach out. Be more than happy to get you started. If you're just getting started, we can show you how to run your platform, get rolling, give you some proper risk management setups, and a little bit of training, whatever you need to go over. And if you've been trading a while and you just want to learn a different style, this is my style. Nick totally trades a different style than me, totally different style. So you can learn his ways, you can learn my ways. I trade pennies and small caps too. I read a lot of the filings, do a lot of scans. I run scanners for all that stuff. We can show you how we run scanners for everything, what kind of filings we look at, what's important, what's not. And I'm talking, trip plays all the way up to 10, 15, 20 cent plays. So all that stuff and small caps, we scan for that full time every day. All right, guys, hope you had a good one. Again, have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.